When my mother was studying in the Leningrad University, she once made up with her friends to go to a synagogue for Simchat Torah, the most joyous holiday in Jewish calendar, when they dance with the Torah scrolls. For most of these friends, it would be their first trip to a Jewish house of worship in their lives. My mother was lucky that she came late. When she approached the block of the synagogue, she saw that it was surrounded by police. Everyone from inside the synagogue was put on police buses and driven away. When my mother came to the university on the next day, everyone from that group of friends was not there. My mother's story, unfortunately, is not unique. But it is interesting that Simchat Torah was one day that brought everyone who wanted to participate in something Jewish to a synagogue. In my times, I remember that on Simchat Torah, our Leningrad synagogue and its yard were completely packed with people, and crowds of those who did not fit in were standing on the street. Simchat Torah was the day. In America and other Western Jewish communities, there are also many once-a-year Jews. But the once-a-year Jewish experience they come to a synagogue for is not on Simchat Torah, but on Yom Kippur. In Jewish religion, we have many joyous holidays and fun celebrations. But the one day that brings Jews to a synagogue is the one filled with serious and solemn prayers. One can only guess what might be the reason for this difference. Maybe the reason is that the Jewish communities that ended up being under Soviet rule were predominantly Hasidic, and joy and happiness is a big focus in Hasidic tradition. That made Simchat Torah one of the main days of the calendar. On the other hand, America's Jewish community was largely founded by the Jews from Western Europe. Maybe the reason is because the theme of atonement for one's sins is more understandable for people without any Jewish education, because it can find resemblance in other cultures, and dancing with holy scrolls, not so much. Whatever the reason is, we shifted from being once-a-year Simchat Torah Jews to being once-a-year Yom Kippur Jews. No wonder people have such a somber and boresome view of Judaism. Being Jewish cannot seem like fun if all you know about it is praying for the souls of the deceased and fasting. Why should our children want to have any Jewish experience if every one of them is so heavy and serious? We are all looking at Judaism through Yom Kippur glasses. Maybe it's a time to change the lenses. I'm not trying to discourage people from attending Yom Kippur services. But after Yom Kippur, please come to a synagogue for a Simchat Torah celebration.